Hi everyone, Monisha here. Let us move on to the new chapter in first PUC section, that is mathematical induction. This is a little chapter. In this year, you have given only the introduction and the method of solving this introductory part of the questions. Let us move on to the introductory part of it. So, introduction of mathematical induction. In algebra or in any other discipline of mathematics, there are certain results or statements that are formulated in terms of n, where n is a positive integer. You might have seen in various problems based on progressions in your SLC and also in algebra, many other sums include n, where n is a positive integer. To prove such statements, well-suited principle that is used based on the specific technique is known as principle of mathematical induction. So n can be any value. So when you are given a sum with the value n, you can take n as an even integer, real number, positive integer or anything. In order to solve such problems, you have to know certain proofs to maintain the statement as true. So principle of mathematical induction tells you how the statement will become true on basis of the previous statements. Mathematical induction. The principle of mathematical induction is useful tool for proving that a certain predicate is true for all natural numbers. Based on certain theorems, it can be used to discover theorems. In mathematical induction, we try to prove that LHS is equal to RHS. It has only two steps. Step 1 is show it is true for first one, and step 2 show that if any one is true, then the next one is true. Then all are true. So these are the basic steps by which we understand and prove the theorems. Usually for this type of sums and solvations, we use a technique called LHS equal to RHS. That is solving LHS separately and getting an answer, and solving RHS separately and getting an answer. If LHS is equal to RHS, then that particular question is considered to be true for all values of n. Have you heard of dominoes effect? The first domino falls. Step 1 is if first domino falls, when any domino falls, the next domino falls. So all domino falls. So this is just a technique of understanding the statement problems. If first one falls, then the second one will surely fall. If second one fall, then the next one will also fall. These are the technique of understanding the simple mathematical induction problems. In the word of numbers, we say step 1, show that it is true for n is equal to 1, and step 2, show that if n is equal to k is true, then n is equal to k plus 1 is also true. That is, if n is equal to k, then n is equal to k plus 1, both are true. How to do it? Step 1 is usually easy. We just have to prove it is true for n is equal to 1. Step 2 is done by assume it is true for n is equal to k, prove it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So just by assuming and deducting the values of it, we have to prove each and every step is equal to LHS and RHS. Types of questions solved by induction. First one, statements giving expressions about summation or multiplication of special series. Second, statements to show divisibility of an expression by a certain natural number. Third, statements containing signs of inequality. These are the three types of problems for which mathematical inductions are used. Let us know about principle of mathematical induction. Principle of mathematical induction. The principle of mathematical induction is one such tool which can be used to prove a wide variety of mathematical statements. Each such statement is assumed as P of n. Each and every statement is assumed to be P of n associated with positive integer n, for which the correctness for the case n is equal to 1 is examined. Then assuming the truth for P of k for some positive integer k, the truth of P of k plus 1 is established. First we will assume n and then n is equal to 1. Then p of k, for that p of k plus 1. There is a given statement p of n involving the natural number n such that there are three rules by which the principle of mathematical induction is based. The first is the statement is true for n is equal to 1, that is p of 1 is true. Second, if the statement is true for n is equal to k, where k is some positive integer, then the statement is also true for n is equal to k plus 1. That is, truth of p of k implies the truth of p of k plus 1. Third is, p of n is true for all natural numbers n. So this is a method of solving principle of mathematical induction problems. The first one is, we assume a statement as p of n. In that, the first statement tells n is equal to 1, therefore this p of 1 is true. Second, we will assume this n natural number as k, where k is any positive natural number. Then we will also take n as k plus 1. So if n is equal to k is true, then n is equal to k plus 1 will become automatically true. If all these conditions applies, then we will prove it as p of n is true for all natural numbers of n. Deduction. One key basis for mathematical thinking is deductive reasoning. Deduction in a nutshell is given a statement to be proven, often called a conjecture or a theorem in mathematics. Theorems are usually built and proved according to principle of mathematical induction. Valid deductive steps are derived and a proof may or may not be established. That is, deduction is the application of a general case to a particular case. We can prove the theorem or else we won't get a certain proof for that. But deduction method is used for proving all the conjecture. Deduction. Generalization, specific instance. One such example is 8 is divisible by 2. Any number which is divisible by 2 is an even number. Therefore, 8 is an even number. So this is a method of proving or establishing a fact in mathematics. You have to understand it carefully. The first statement tells you that 8 is divisible by 2. We know that 8 is a number which is easily divisible by 2. Then the second statement tells that any number which is divisible by 2 is an even number. That also we know. Any number which is completely divisible by 2 and that particular number is said to be even number. So, if 8 is divisible by 2, then by these two steps we can directly prove it 8 is an even number. So this is the method in principle of mathematical induction to prove. Type of questions to be solved by using principle of mathematical induction, PMI. Statements giving expression about summation or multiplication of special series, I have already told you, and statements to show the divisibility of an expression by a certain natural number, and statements containing signs of inequality. So I'm just repeating the statement. These are the three different types of questions appearing in principle of mathematical induction, and everything will be a statement problem. Let us know how easily we prove certain statements so that LHS will become equal to RHS and we will prove a certain theorem or statements. Let P of n be a proportional function defined for all positive integer n. P of n is true for every positive integer n. The first step we take is called as basic step. The proposition P of 1 is true, that is the basic step. Second is inductive step. If P of k is true, then P of k plus 1 is true. For all integers, k is greater than or equal to 1. So these are the steps or the proof we have to consider during solvation of the problem. First is we have to assume n is equal to 1, that is the basic step. And second, in inductive step, we take P of k is equal to P of k plus 1, because if P of k is any natural number, then P of k plus 1 will also be a natural number and both will be true for all natural numbers. So here I am considering an example in order for that you can understand how to solve mathematical induction problem. So here use mathematical induction to prove that 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n will be any natural number, and this is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. So here we are deducting a formula for this. First step is the basic step. Here we have to assume n is equal to 1, right? So the first basic step is we have to include n is equal to 1. So if the statement is P of n, then in the place of n, we have to include it as or assume it as 1. So here P of 1 is true for n is equal to 1. Left hand side of P of 1 is the sum of all the successive integers starting at 1 and ending at 1. So LHS is 1. Since we have taken n is equal to 1, the equation is or the series is 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n, where n is equal to 1. Therefore, the series starts with 1 and ends with 1. Therefore, the LHS will be 1 itself. Therefore, LHS is equal to 1. Let it be equation number 1. Next, moving on to the RHS. RHS formula we have deducted as n into n plus 1 by 2. Here, we have taken n as 1. Therefore, 1 into 1 plus 1 by 2. 1 into 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 by 2. So 2 by 2 is nothing but 1. Therefore, we got LHS is equal to RHS where both is equal to 1. So the proposition is true for n is equal to 1. So the statement P of n is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2 is true for value n is equal to 1. Next, inductive step. Suppose P of k, here another example has been taken. Suppose P of k is true for some integer k is greater than or equal to 1. In the last example, we have taken n is equal to 1. Here a k, a separate variable is taken where k is greater than or equal to 1. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to k, which is equal to k into k plus 1 by 2. We will use this proposition to show P of k plus 1 is true. If we take n is equal to k plus 1, our proposition becomes 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to k plus 1 is equal to k plus 1 into k plus 2 divided by 2. Because in the place of k, we have to, in the place of n, we have to assume it as k plus 1. So LHS will become 2, LHS of 2, then 1 plus, the considering problem will be the LHS, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to k plus 1, where we already know that 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to k is equal to k into k plus 1 by 2. Where again we have included k plus 1 in the place of k. So plus k plus 1 will come. So using the RHS, we will get k plus 1 into k by 2 plus 1. So by solvation, we will get k plus 1 into k plus 2 divided by 2. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. So this is a simple problem where we will going to learn about the solvation of all these problems in the upcoming episodes. So this is just an example. There is no need of solvation of this. Just for your understanding, I have included this slide here. This is one type of question appear in your exam. So here I have an idea only to make you understand what is principle of mathematical induction and the basics of principle of mathematical induction and how mathematicians use this principle to prove certain theorems according to the statements and deducting the statements. If two statements are true, and automatically the third one will become true. According to this assumption, mathematicians derive so many statements and problems using principle of mathematical induction. Therefore, this topic is very important. If you are taking mathematics as your major subject, it will come in all thick and thin. So I hope you understood this introductory part. If you have any queries, doubts or suggestions about my videos, please comment me on the comment section. Thank you. Thanks a lot.